Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more My Next Life as a Villainess. All routes lead to doom. Pirates of the Disturbance. We could get to do that because we're starting a new route. So let's make that a thing. I'm gonna forget by the time we get to our second route. But anyway, also it takes an hour, so now this part's over. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, let's start a new game. We're gonna get in there. We're gonna go start skipping. There is no sound on right now because I kind of forgot. Dear God, it's loud to me though. That we have I didn't catch it in time, and I was like, I don't want to have to edit, so I had to start recording this again. We're starting Jordo's route, you know. So what you missed in the minute that you can't skip the freaking intro music. So I think what I'm gonna do is as soon as after it goes, I'm gonna make a save that's gonna be where we start, so we don't have to we don't have to do the prologue every time because there's really no choices. We don't need to play it each time, and you can't skip the title song, and that's gonna slam us on a copyright, no doubt. You know, provided that like the episodes that have gone up, they don't all of a sudden go, no, fuck you, you're not allowed. It's because it says no streaming over the internet, but we're like, you know what I mean? I don't know. So like we're taking a risk here. Um, to be fair, there's like 17 playthroughs of this out. Okay, there's like 3. So I'm just saying. And it's idea anyway, not the point. I didn't catch it in time to mute the music, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go back and edit because like 2 seconds of this is gonna like flag copyright stuff. I know it's not really, takes a little bit longer. I don't know how many seconds, but anyway, good lord, I can't keep my brain straight. It's been a couple of weeks since I who are they? Wait a minute, back up. Those were hot side characters we didn't see in our first playthrough. Anyway, it's been a couple weeks since I played. I'm yelling at you because the music is blasting in my motherfucking ear, despite the fact that I have my computer volume down. Like, Jesus, this game is one of those. It's been a couple weeks, and in between playing, I did start watching the anime. I got through 4 episodes, and I was like, wait, the 4 episodes were just like when she was younger and everything, and they're not wrong. You don't need to watch it. You don't need to know anything about it in order to play the game. But what I did find helpful, and I'm sure they'll explain it in each route, was like, remember when they were asking her when she was hanging out with the girls, and they were like, oh, what kind of guy do you like? And I went and looked it up, and I was looking in the guide, and it was like, oh, a playboy would be for Keith. And I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. It makes sense in the anime. Okay. Because, it doesn't really necessarily, it's not even the anime that makes sense. I'm going to turn the volume back up a little bit. It's not even that it makes sense in the anime. It's that it makes sense. Hold on. Let's save. Let's do a first save file. I'm going to just save here. This way, that will be where we start from now on, so we don't have to skip through the theme song. Let's eat delicious food. That's what we're going to do for Jordo. There we go. Cool. Oh, shit. Does it pause on the memory scenarios when you're skipping through? We can always go back. We found them in the guide, right? I mean, we found them in the menu, right? Anyway, so... Oh, wait. Ah, fuck, I went too fast. Son of a bitch. Okay, hold on. Can we go to... I don't like that it doesn't... Okay, are there options to, like, stop on the memory scenario? Auto speed... Skip cancel. Toggle auto skip after choices. Skip speed is fast. Skip mode is red. Okay. Although that doesn't help me. Auto mode after choices. Touch effect. I mean, no title card. There's nothing... I don't like the fact that you can't, it won't stop when you get those. I feel like we've seen the exciting promise one, haven't we? Okay, hold on. I'm just going to let skip for a second while I bring up the common route one. Hold on. I know where to choice. I'm all over the place right now. Okay, we have seen that one because it's in the common route. Okay, I'm just going to keep bringing up the common route guide. We've seen exciting promise and we've seen first dance lesson. Okay, and what are the ones in chapter 2? There aren't any. Chapter 3 is selfishly sought happiness and happily loving someone, and we're already in Jordo's route by that. Okay, so we don't need to worry about these. Cool. Helps me. We're in Jordo's route guide, right? Okay. I just want to make sure. We've already read those. We don't need to read those, so we're cool. Because I don't like that it doesn't stop for those, and they're already very, like, they're only there for, like, a hot second. I don't like the way that happens, but it's okay. I wish they would just kind of stay there for a little longer than one freaking scene, but anyway, we throw streamers. Throw streamers. Woo! We got our little, okay, our love match. Good for us. All right, let's throw the streamers. Huh? What are you trying to do? The streamers? What are those? And there she goes again, saying such interesting things. Oh, did I not throw streamers in the air when a ship set sail in this world? I saw it in a movie in my previous life, so I really wanted to try it myself, but I don't see anyone holding any paper streamers. I practiced throwing my toy snake so much to avoid my doom flag. I wanted to showcase the throwing skills I've acquired. Okay, so see, that's something that, again, if you watch the anime, that makes sense. The throwing the snake, if you didn't watch the anime, I'd be like, I don't know what she's talking about. Well, I'm sure we'll have a flashback. She used to throw a toy snake at Jordo. We'll probably get to that. But, hold on. I'll get back to the whole anime part when we're ready to skip again. Not the best move, but what's a girl to do? I don't like that when you click skip, it goes away because I want it to stay on so that it starts to skip. I don't like that. Okay. All right. There's a lot of things about the technicalities and how that I don't like. If there's a memory scenario, I would prefer it stop skipping. This way, if you want to watch it, you don't have to, like, look out for it. We don't need to worry because we've done them, so fine. I don't like that I can't skip won't stay on. You know what I mean? Like, I hit the skip button. I'm like, why is it not staying on? Stay on and then start skipping again when we hit where I've already read. Don't like that. That's a fucking odd choice. But anyway. Anyway, not the best move, but what's a girl to do? Come on, sister, and take a look at the ceremony. I look out at the shore like Keith suggests, and I see a wonderful ceremony orchestrated with magic. Okay. So anyway. When you go through that and it's like, oh, the Playboy is Keith, and you're like, that makes no sense. Because that's for the fortune lover game. So, like, and the anime will explain that, but I feel like we'll get the explanation in their routes, like how Keith's character developed in the fortune lover game versus how he's changed now because of Katarina being nice to him, you know what I mean? We inflate the swim ring! First, let's prepare the swimming rings. We had pool time as part of our physical education in school, but it's the first time I've gone to a pool since reincarnating. I'm confident in my tree climbing capabilities, but I haven't swum in a long time. I better be careful. That's why I'm trying to inflate the swimming ring to avoid drowning, but it won't inflate. The ring's so big that no matter how much I blow into it, it won't inflate at all. I notice it poof a little, but that's it. Lady Katarina, are you all right? She isn't listening. I'll go and see if there's a tool that can help inflate it. Dangerous for a lady in a swimsuit to go alone, so I'll go too. His sister, you take a rest until we return. The troublesome two finally left. Katarina, shall I assist you with that? Katarina, are you listening? Huh? I suddenly feel someone pull me by my shoulders and lift up my chin. I turn and am blinded by Jordo's glittering smile. I'll fill it with air, so let me see it. Huh? Are you sure? Yes, I can't allow my adorable fiancé to collapse from exertion. Thank goodness. Any more and the oxygen deprivation was gonna get to me. Or was gonna get me, sorry. I oblige and hand the swim ring to Jordo, who inflates it almost instantly. How? He's a man after all. I don't think your lung capacity makes you a man. Wow, he was able to inflate that swim ring. Must be a man. That's the weirdest fucking thing to say. Oh my god. Must be the lung capacity. That's just so fucking wrong. I do my own farm work, so I'm confident in my physical abilities, but I suppose a man is still much bigger. I mean, yeah, but still. How's this, Katerina? It's perfect. Thank you, Prince Jordo. I love the little chibi fucking CGs. They're so adorable. I tried on the inflated swimming ring and see Keith and Mary coming back. I'm sorry, Lady Katerina. I couldn't find any tools to inflate it with. Wait, it's already done. Oh, Prince Jordo helped me with it. Everything about this is just so ridiculous. Like, look at their faces. Not Jordo, no! Like, I love the fact that everybody is seriously jealous of each other. And she is so fucking oblivious. That, I think, is just my favorite thing ever. Why are you both glaring at me like that? It's an indirect with Lady Katerina. If my fiancé's in need of help, I will not stand idly by. Besides, we're to be married in the future, so even an indirect kiss is no issue. See? The Katerina looks so happy right now. I love they're freaking out about fucking... Oh my god. I'll have you know that Lady Katerina is simply making merry as she's playing with something new. Don't you misunderstand? The saving grace is that sister doesn't realize it at all. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't realize a lot of shit. I'm kind of stupid, but I love it. Oh my god. Oh dear god. You know, I kind of missed this. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Anyway, so... You know how, like, we saw the scene where she makes friends with Mary and then says, like, oh, you have a green thumb, and then, like, Alan's all pissed about it. She's like, Alan got mad because technically in the game he was supposed to say that. We got that little back piece. So, I'm not gonna, like, spoil, but, like, you kind of see why... Well, you saw at least for Keith why they considered him a playboy. How, in the game, Fortune Lover, he was the playboy. And then Jordo is, like, the... dark-hearted prince. Does he seem like a dark-hearted prince? Not fucking at all. You know what I mean? So you see those kind of things and it's like, oh, I get it now. But it doesn't make sense when you're playing this if you don't get the little background of, say, like Jordo and, oh, in the game, Fortune Lover, Jordo's like this. And then you see how he changed because she tried to avoid the doom flags. Oh, hey, like, all right, I'll spoil it. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little Keith backstory, okay? So, if you don't want to hear it, just mute me, and then when I go to click this option, okay, when we click the option, that's when you know to tune back in, okay? So, mute now if you don't want the it's not really super spoilery, it's just a little thing that's probably gonna come out in his route, but if you just want to wait for it, now's the time to mute. Okay, so everybody who's muted who doesn't want to know. So, Keith's the playboy because in the Fortune Lover game, Katerina, when he gets adopted, is basically a douche to him. You know? So, when we get transported into Katerina's body, she's like, oh, like, she's an asshole to him. He locks himself away and then doesn't ever socialize with anybody. And then when they go to their magic academy, then I guess he becomes a man whore. They kind of just tell you, she's like, oh my god, I'm really mean to him. So when he shows up when he gets adopted, she's like, I gotta make sure I'm really nice to him so he doesn't lock himself away. And there's a bunch of other stuff that goes into that I'm sure they'll explain. But she's like, I gotta be nice to him so that he doesn't become that character because then otherwise I'm gonna get executed or banished or whatever. So she's trying to avoid the doom flag. So by doing so, she's nice to Keith, which totally changes game Keith into the one we have now. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of cute because in her mind, she's like, oh, the playboy, that's Keith. But he's not fucking like that at all, actually, in the game we are currently playing, because she's associating that with the game she played, not with how this is actually playing out now, because she's fucking changed everything. The butterfly effect. Anyway, so for this one, we... like, oh, okay, we have not... technically, we've done our first playthrough, but... okay. Alright, so, are you back if you muted? Okay, so we're gonna be ladylike. The weird thing is, we did do a first playthrough, and maybe we were supposed to... I don't know, that's so weird. Because there's a choice that's supposed to appear after your first playthrough. We had a first playthrough. We did the common route. But that never came up here. Whatever. Anyway, be ladylike. So same difference. We can skip this because now we're back. But anyway. Although to be fair for anybody, if you muted, just so you didn't get the little key, I'm probably going to bring it up later. And so, whatever. Because that's how we do things. I mean, if you've seen the anime, it's not really spoilery or anything. It's just kind of goes back to the whole butterfly effect. Like how she wasn't friends with anybody because Katarina's an evil supervillain, and now this Katarina's actually nice and people seem to like her. You know what I mean? So, but yet she doesn't seem to get that, and it's kind of adorable, actually. So, go for the fish. Okay. I want to ask Nickel because, you know. Or Nicole. Whatever. But anyway, I only watched the first 4 parts, which was basically her growing up as a child. And then they have the, okay, now I'm off to the Magic Academy. And then I was like, I'm going to stop here. And then I haven't watched it since because I'm like, now I'm like, I don't know. Having those 4 parts of backstory helped me go, okay, certain things in here make a little bit more sense now. Where it didn't, it's not that it needed to. Like the snake thing, where she mentioned it before, like, oh, throw in my toy snake. You're like, that's funny if you watch the anime. I'm sure they'll explain it later. But, you know, so I feel like you do pick up a little bit more. But I don't know if I necessarily want to finish watching the anime or just enjoy the game for what it is before watching it. But I do like having the little her as a kid backstory because it helps, like, me go, okay, understand some things. But I'm curious to see if they come up in here. Go, we do the dance. Yes, okay, because that was with Jordo. That makes sense. The dance with Jordo took quite a while, so it left a particularly strong impression in my mind. It really took way too long. And my growing hunger the whole time made the memory even more vivid. I don't usually dance much at parties in Sorcier. Maybe Jordo got carried away because we're on a luxury voyage. You know, and the weird thing in the anime, I don't remember how they said, if they said Sorcier or what. I don't remember. I was like, I'll pick up how they say things. And I don't remember at all. It was literally only a week ago? Either way, I want to eat my fill of that feast tomorrow. Max a week ago. Like, it could have been a little, I don't know. I didn't get to eat until I was satisfied today. I was so preoccupied with how Keith was acting, I completely forgot to eat. Okay, so now we can skip. Okay. Now we're chapter 2. I'm curious why our first playthrough we didn't... But it's weird because also I noticed in Otome Kitten's Guide when you go through it says the common route will unlock after your first playthrough and then as your friendship ends. And I'm like, but we got that ending. Is it different? Because we did it before we did the routes? Maybe we'll go back after, skip through, and just see if it's different at the end or something. I don't know. Because that's... or if you've played this, okay, let me know. Did the ending we got, that common route ending, is that different than if we were to have played it after, say, we did Jordo's route? Because it also said you could play it at any time, but it said, like, I don't know if the wording was weird in her guide. I don't know. But, and again, the say I'm hungry, this choice after, I don't understand why we don't have that option. Anyway, we asked Jordo, because duh. Prince Jordo, is something the matter? Whatever do you mean? It's just that you seem to be looking at Rozzy just now. You're impressively perceptive, Katerina. Here I thought I was being rather subtle. But it was nothing. I rarely get chances to meet Quidian engineers, so I was simply distracted. Come, let us get to breakfast. Or let us get our breakfast, well. That's right, breakfast! I've been looking forward to this. That one word from Jordo pushes all other thoughts aside for the most important of the day. And thus, breakfast begins, and we are allowed to skip now. Okay. Jordo's jealous of Rod. They're all jealous of each other, which I fucking love so goddamn much. I feel bad. Okay. So, like this, right? Here's where we're going to get that choice. The sadist types. That. Okay. How you've seen Jordo the couple times, the common route, and then does he seem like a sadist to you? Because he really fucking doesn't, which is why it didn't make sense to me. And I'm like, huh? But again, I like the fact that she, in her mind, is thinking of Jordo as he is in the Fortune Lover game and not how he is actually right now in front of her. And it's going to be kind of fun to see that. I feel like, though, in the anime, they didn't really get too much into Jordo and, like, how he is. There were moments where you're like, all right, I see. You get the shadow over his face as a child, and he's like, oh, I'm going to have to tell your mother. And it's like, and then she'd freak out, and it's like, okay. But I never saw, like, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't watch the full thing, so maybe if you watch later when they're older, you could see, like, her going through, like, oh, in the game, he did this, that, and the other thing, and I gotta look out for that, but just her trying to avoid the doom flags completely changed everything. I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun because you see these characters, she's got an opinion in her brain of them, which is absolutely not who they are, and it's kind of fun. Like, I feel like it's going to be fun to see how she rectifies that in her mind, like, wait, what I'm expecting Jordo to be like, because what I remember him in the game, and the one that's in front of me that's always been there, wait, oh my god, they're fucking different, holy shit, and get clued in, because she seems a little clueless sometimes. Like, she's totally clueless that everybody's in love with her. Even fucking Mary's in love with her, and she's totally bonkers clueless. Like, anyway, the sadist types, that's what we like. I think the Yandere S-type. Yandere S... Oh, that's Maria. Yandere S-type? What sort of person is that? Is it some special term from romance novels? No, I haven't heard of it before either. Do you mean someone like my brother? No, it's more like... Oh, crap, I almost said it was more like Jordo, but now it caused tons of issues. Besides, it's the game Jordo that I like. See? Okay, here, she's like, Jordo in the game. That sadistic motherfucker. And this Jordo is absolutely not fucking like that at all so far. I mean, maybe he's still got those tendencies, because obviously this is the game world we jumped into, but she's changed everyone, so... it doesn't mean anything, really. Don't worry about it. Let's get going. At this pace, we won't have time for the communal bath or gallery lounge. I try to comfort Sophia, who wanted to stay longer before we leave the library. Really? We're not gonna skip now? Okay. That was weird. Oh, there we go. I don't know why she hates Frederick so much. She likes the sadistic type. Like, yeah, those sadistic bastards who are just really evil and treat you like crap. You know, actually, that's Frederick. Yeah, see these, like, little flashbacks, and, like... Actually, I didn't even notice. I just saw in the little flashback she had a scar on her head. That, and we'll get that backstory. But it's little things, like, so I mean, that kind of helps a little bit, but... I'm sure we're gonna get all the little, like... You know, who Jordo is in the game versus who he is now, and her getting that together, and, like, realizing that type of a thing and whatnot. And, like, how the way she reacted to him as a child, you know, the game character treated him as a child, and then her treating him as a child are totally different, and how that changed everything. It's gonna be kind of interesting. Ugh, I think I'm lost. I'm looking for the party hall, but somehow I wound up at the library. No one could be in there, right? I mean, there's a party going on. If someone was in there, I can ask them for directions. But I doubt anyone's here right now. Rosie might be. Just as I turn around to look elsewhere, I hear footsteps approaching. Oh, nope, Jordo. Katerina? Huh? Prince Jordo? What are you doing here? You never returned to the parties, so I came looking for you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to worry you. It's quite alright. Well, since we're here, why don't we visit the library together? Wanna go to the library? Yes, I know you all went there earlier in the day, but actually, I haven't been inside yet. He's like, yeah, we can make out between the stacks of books. Girl, we can make out between the stacks of books. That sounds amazing. I've also heard it has a good ambience at night, so I really wanted to see it. A library at night, huh? Sounds kind of fun. Sounds kind of romantic. Just saying. This is like Beauty and the Beast Belle level romantic. We're like, hell yeah, we're gonna make out in the book stacks. Awesome! Literature nerd, like, fun. Like, whatever. Anyway. Literature nerd romance. This is what we're into. Hey, look. You're gonna pin me against the stacks, right? Because first of all, I like being pinned against things. And against a bookcase? That's hotter somehow. It'd be even hotter if you were wearing glasses. Like, you can't get everything. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But we're in the middle of the party. Won't everyone worry? Don't worry about that. I told them I'd be out searching for you. Also, I was just thinking I want to talk to you, Katerina. Rarely have the opportunity to be alone together like this. So if it's fine with you, how about going in the library together? Oh, don't worry. I'll leave the door open. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Although I'm not sure what his concern is about the door, I am interested in seeing the library at night. I'll leave it open so everybody knows we're not having sex in the library. We're not going to have sex in the library? Well, that's disappointing. I'm not allowed to play wholesome games because, I'm a horrible person. I probably won't have another opportunity to visit at night while on the vinculum. I'm sure Keith would be angry if I walked around alone, so Keith's going to be angry if you're with Jordo too, because, again, everybody's jealous of everybody. In that case, it's lucky that Jordo's here now. What do you say, Katerina? Sure, but just for a little while. I don't want to worry everyone. And so Jordo and I enter the library. Better pin me, stacks, motherfucker. Oh, so this is what it's like at night. Exactly the same, except for there's no sun in the window and it's a little bit darker. The library's lanterns are on and it's quiet. No one else is here since they're all at the party hall. Jordo leads me to a table in the back of the room and pulls out a chair for me. Katerina, here, have a seat. Thank you. Watching his graceful movements, I remember again that he's a prince. Now that I think of it, I remember Jordo escorting Maria elegantly like this in the game, too. But he isn't just elegant. He may look like a Prince Charming, but in the game he's actually sadistic, and I suddenly remember my past life and feel nostalgic. Fortune Lover, the Otome game I played in my previous life. See, like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Like, she's gonna get to, like, he's sadistic and he's the dark-hearted prince and whatever, but it's like, the one you see here is totally not like that. And I'm like, is it gonna come out at all? Or it's gonna be like she totally fucking changed him by popping in here and treating him different, you know? Raising Jordo's affection was so hard that I stayed up all night playing, overslept, was late for school, and that's how I rode my bicycle too fast out onto the main street. It reminds me of when I tripped following little Jordo around, when I recalled my past life at 8 years old. I always thought his smile was lovely, but I look at Jordo sitting across from me, smiling happily. Whenever I remember the game, his pleasant expression suddenly seems sadistic. Katerina, we're finally alone. I wanted to spend time together like this as soon as we met, but there were too many disturbances. Just like at the academy, there's always someone by your side. So glad I finally have you to myself. Disturbances? I'm not sure what he means by that, but it's true we haven't had time to speak like this for a while. Us friends are always together at the academy, and I live such a lively life that I barely have time to be alone. You've been working so hard today, Prince Jordo. You must be tired. Thank you, but any fatigue I feel is extinguished when I look at your beautiful face, Katerina. Those cliche lines suit you as well as ever. It's no wonder he's a romance option in an Otome game. It's a pity he's talking with a villainess instead of a princess. I love how, again, see, I love this because she's like, man, it's too bad he's not using those lines on a princess. Man, I wish I were the princess he was using those lines on. He is using lines on, you dumbass. You know what I mean? Like, I fucking love it. Because, like, the veils over her eyes on, like, who these people really are now. I mean, he might have been the sadistic prince at one point, but she changed, and the way she acts changed everything. You know what I mean? And, like, not to say that, like, she didn't, like, the character in the game, Katerina, didn't make Jordo who he was. He was already like that. But the fact that we popped into her body and started changing the way Katerina interacts with the world around her changed the way the other people interact with the world as well. And you know what I mean? So I just love it. Ugh. And I like the levels that this one has. I think it's a lot of fun. Because it's not just light and fluffy. It kind of is light and fluffy and goofy and fun. But there's so many, like, thought-provoking levels to it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, on the Otome game that she played, as Fortune Lover, he's sadistic. Alan's I forget exactly, but Alan's basically, like, hates his brother and is jealous of him and, like, has an insecurity complex, whatever. And, like, I don't think he played piano. I think, like, a little music nerd, right? I don't think he played piano in the game, because I feel like in the anime when they had him doing that, it was like, they were so amazed, and he, like, had no clue that he had this talent or whatever. And, like, Keith is a playboy, and, like, but then she changed how she interacted, and her changing how she interacted to avoid getting murdered or shipped off somewhere in the future changed, like, because she wasn't just like, oh, I'll just be nice to this person. It was, no, I really have to be really nice to them, and I have to try to tell them this, that, and the other thing, and make them feel wanted and needed, so that, like, whatever, to change, to erase that doom flag, and that's actually giving them confidence to do other things and grow and change, and, like, she doesn't realize she had that fucking impact. So, like, it's kind of nice, because it's, like, speaking of the fact that you don't realize the impact you have. You know, sometimes the things you say and do, like saying something negative, you don't realize the impact it might have on someone else because you're not thinking of it. Like, you said something that was hurtful, you don't realize it's hurtful unless that person tells you, you know, or something that you do that's actually nice that you're like, oh, I'm just gonna be nice, but you don't understand if that person's having a horrible day, just how wonderful it felt to them, and you're like, it's just a little thing. I just held the door, man. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's the best thing ever for that person because they've just had a shitty day and that tiny little bit of kindness just meant the world. You know? Like, you don't realize the tiny little impacts you have without people saying anything. And she has no fucking clue of the impact she made in this world. Because she's like, oh, I fell into the Otome game world here. I'm trying not to get murdered. I'm trying to prepare for the event, and I'm trying to just avoid those flags so that I don't end up dead or banished. And doesn't realize that those little things that because she's in her own little bubble, that all of the ripple effects that it's had. And it's, like, really cool, because for a game that's like, it's light and goofy, it really has a lot of fucking, like, you know, impactful, meaningful layers to it. It's kind of cool. Anyway, and again, that's only from watching the first 4 episodes of the anime and what we've played. Like, so, I mean, it goes a lot deeper. I'm sure you're going to see a hell of a lot more as we play the game, or if you watch the rest of it. So, I don't know. I think it's cool. I like it. I just feel, like, heartwarmed right now. Okay, anyway, it's nowhere there is a romance option. Okay. But such a villainess no longer exists. After all, the final event from the game's ended. I relish that fact again. With that weight off my shoulders, I feel like an elementary student at the start of summer vacation. I get to spend my vacation on a brilliant ship with the people I love. Yes, that's true. She hasn't realized at this point that this is the extenuating part of the game that never got released. Or the fan disc. I'm smiling to myself when I hear Jordo giggle. You're in such a good mood, Katerina. Did something pleasant happen? Yes, I'm so happy to be able to spend my spring break with everyone. Never expected I'd board the vinculum. Seeing my friends here, too, was a nice surprise. I don't know why I can never pronounce vinculum, because my brain doesn't want to read it the right way. I'm still worried about Mother and Father, though. Anne's back at the Clays estate caring for them, and Keith did mention that they're getting better. And judging my mother's powerful handwriting in her letter, I'm sure she'll be fine. I'm delighted that I get to see you every day of this vacation too, Katerina. And do you have any plans for tomorrow? Actually, I thought I'd look around with Mary and the others. There's so much I haven't seen yet. I see, and that's a great plan. I'll be tied up with work tomorrow too. Oh, how about tomorrow night? Tomorrow night? Isn't there another party? Yes, but how about after the party? I'd love to spend more time with you like this. I've heard the night view at the pool's beautiful too. Would you like to go there with me? The pool at night? That sounds great! Let's invite the others too and... Just the two of us. Huh? Why just the two of us? Maybe you wanted to swim more last time. Would you prefer having more space to swim around? I love how fucking dumb she is. And I'm only like, I know, so, like, I'm not like making fun of her like, God, she's an idiot. But like, God, she's an idiot. But I love it because I really feel at home in this character right now. Like, because I would be doing just the two of us. Oh. Not everybody else? Oh, okay. Sure, I would also be this fucking clueless. I would literally be this stupid. If a beautiful man was like, no, I just want to spend time, just you and me alone. You're my fiance after all. I'd be like, yeah, okay. But like, anyway, I play this Atome game. I'm the villain. To be fair, I'm a villainess in a game. He's not supposed to be in love with me, so she has no clue that he even would be. Or that anything she's done has made everyone fall in love with her. But in reality, I could literally be engaged to someone that'd be like, no, I just want to spend time with you alone, just the two of us, because we're engaged. I'd be like, really, just the two? Why? Because I love you? You what? Nah, that can't be it. Be like, we're getting married. Yeah, but I mean, you can't be in love with me. That had to have been an accident, right? Because I'm literally that fucking dumb. So, yeah. I identify with her, and that's why I enjoy so much when she's being stupid, because, goddamn, it reminds me of me. But the pool's pretty large, so I don't think it'd be a problem if the others... You know, we could go today, too. Today? You mean after the party? Exactly. Or do you have plans? Yeah, I do. I'm planning to sleep over with Mary and the others today. It'll be a pajama party. Is that so? Well, Mary really is clever. I should not expect less from her. Oh, if we're having a pajama party, then we need midnight snacks, right? Should I go to the kitchen now and ask for some? Oh, but I bet there are leftovers from the party, so maybe we can borrow some plates and take that food and... She's totally invested in the food and has I can't blame her because it's like, beautiful man flirting with me, pizza. I'm probably leaning toward the pizza only because there's no way in hell a beautiful man's gonna flirt with me, so. Yeah. Pizza's never let me down. Beautiful men flirting with me have never actually ever happened. So, I mean, hi. Yeah, I'm with her on that one. My life feels sad now. The drinks! They were absolutely delicious. Did you have some Prince Giordo? The juice I had the first day was especially good, and... Katerina, you really do look happy. Oh, do I? He's like, God, I wish you would look at me like you look at... Giordo right now, looking at her, dreaming of food, is like, I wish I were the food that you're dreaming of. It's that picture of Daisuke Ono holding a bag of bread. Have you seen that? Have you ever seen it? I don't know who decided. They went, okay, Ono-chan, I'm going to need you to, here's this bag of bread, right? Bakery roll, there's bread in there. Okay. I want you to hold this bread and just look as if it's the most wonderful thing in the world. Just pine for this bread. Like, I don't know who came up with this photo shoot idea, but they should be awarded because it's a magical. And I don't think in my mind I've ever looked at a picture and been like, I want him to hold me and look at me like he's looking at bread. I just don't think I never had that on my life bingo card as something that would ever have ever occurred to me. But it's amazing. And I feel like Jordo was in that position being like, God, I wish she would just pine over me as much as she's pining over that food. And like, real. Seriously, go find the picture. It's goddamn amazing, because I'm not gonna like edit it in here because I'm gonna forget that I talked about it. But and then a couple of weeks from now, or like a year from now, someone's gonna watch this and be like, "Oh my god, I've seen that picture too. It's great," and I'm gonna be like, "What?" To be fair, the first day this episode goes up, someone's gonna say that, and I'm still gonna be clueless because I'm gonna forget. 5 minutes from now, I'll forget. Anyway, you look happy. Do I? Anyway. Yes, of course you always do, but you looked especially happy since we've boarded the vinculum. Well, I guess it's because I don't have to worry about being doomed anymore. Worry about being doomed? I was so concerned about doom flags that I couldn't fully enjoy school life last year. Those days were fun in their own ways, though. However, I've successfully avoided them all, and I have my beloved friends, so I get to relax during my second year. When I entered the academy, I was afraid of being exiled or killed, but now I'm safe and sound. Oh, I was so anxious. I'm so glad I get to enter my second year. Are you excited to be a sophomore? Oh, did I say that out loud? Yes. Seems I was thinking out loud again. Keith's warned me about that, so I should be careful at tomorrow's party. It's still our second year already. We're nearing the end of our school days. The freshmen will enter after spring break, so the academy might start looking different. Freshmen! That means we'll finally have some underclassmen, huh? Yes, you're right. I was sad that Nicole and the student council graduated, but we'll have lots of newcomers. Wonder what kind of people they'll be. Oh, I'm so excited to meet them! Most of all, I'm excited to enjoy the rest of my school life without doom flags. I want to do things I couldn't do last year. Are you okay? Bird's just peeping like crazy downstairs. I'm recording this on the day of the solar eclipse, so we all survived apparently. People like freaking out about it. It's like, it's just the moon going. It happens. It's not like the end times, people. It's not like we've never had an eclipse before. People act like you've never had a fucking eclipse before. It's not like a daily occurrence or like a weekly occurrence, but like Jesus, it's not like it's been 32 years since it happened. Been 84 years, but obviously I didn't get to see it because I don't have special glasses. But it started getting dark. I was like, it's fucking dark all of a sudden, and I'm like, is the eclipse happening? And I didn't have glasses and whatever, but my bird's been sitting in his cage for hours, and I'm like, you can come out, but he's like, it is nap time. You see the sun going away? It's to bed. He's very confused. Anyway, now he's just down there. Beep, 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 beep. He's not shrieking. He's down there peeping. It's like, the fuck are you doing? Anyway, he's gonna start shrieking soon. Anyway, most of all, I'm excited to enjoy the rest of my school life without doom flags. I want to do things I couldn't do last year. Okay, I read that. Now I don't have to worry about Jordo trying to kill me anymore. I hope not. Maybe Jordo and I will be on better terms going forward. Well, we were already on good terms being childhood friends and all. The more I think back, the more I realize how different my life is from the game. Are you going to get clued in soon? I, a villainess in the game, am great friends with Jordo and Maria, and Keith didn't grow up to be a playboy. Okay, see? Girl, piece together! But yet she's still clueless. I love it. Our second year, I wonder what it'll be like. I know that it won't be a boring year if I'm with you, Katerina. But as much as I look forward to our second year at the academy, I'm even more excited for a life after we graduate. After graduation? Isn't it too early to think about that? A year will pass in the blink of an eye, Katerina. Especially if I'm with you. Ah, right. We're graduating next year. Our Magic Academy is a 2-year school. Feels too early to talk about graduation, but then I do remember hearing classmates talking about their future career plans. She is so fucking dumb, because you know damn well he's like, afterwards when we get married, and she's like, oh yeah, jobs after school. God, I love it! Because she's still on the Jordo's gonna fall in love with Maria, but no! He has no interest! Everyone's in love with you! I just watched Nicole and the other student council graduate, so I can't imagine myself in their position just yet. I wonder what our graduation party will be like. Would you and Prince Alan perform together again? Would you like that? Of course. Then I shall arrange another performance. By the way, Katerina, have you decided on what you'll do after graduation? Huh? After graduation? Maybe I'll get a job? Nah, I haven't really decided yet. Wait, no! Rather than a job, don't I need to marry Jordo after graduating? I heard that a lady with high status will normally get married after graduating the Magic Academy. And I'm Jordo's fiancé. I thought I understood that, but I almost forgot about that until now. No, I'm still just Jordo's breakwater against unwanted engagements. I've always lived ready to break off our engagement, thinking he'd fall in love with Maria, so I've never envisioned us like that. I love it so much. God, I love it. I still can't imagine myself married to Jordo after graduation. But I can't just tell my fiancé that I have no plans after graduation. But I heard that a lot of ladies will work for a while after graduating before getting married. I'd like to have a little more time if possible. Too early for me to get married. I like how real world she is. Like, it's too early for me to get married. I'm like 17 or 18. Jesus. I'm not really sure how old we are. I really can't remember if they told us, but you know what I mean? Like, the Magic Academy, you think, is either like late high school, the last couple years of high school, or it's like college kind of thing. I don't know. But like, what are we, like, max 18 probably? Like, whoa, it's too early to get married. I'm a toddler, okay? Is something bothering you? Well, what do you think you'll do after graduation, Prince Jordo? I don't think my life will change much. Won't change much? That means he'll continue fulfilling his duty as part of the royal family. I grow melancholic, remembering how busy Jordo usually is and Mary's words. Even Mary, who's also engaged to a prince, often says that the role of a princess is too much for her. Mary's literally the perfect noblewoman. How would I ever fulfill a princess's duties? I can't even be a proper daughter of a duke! Mother also always says if you're going to end up disgracing yourself, it'd be better for you to stay here. At least Father's easygoing. He just tells me to follow my heart. Possible I'd like to avoid getting married right after graduation, but I can never say that directly to my fiancé. And also, you're going to regret saying that later. You're like, yeah, I don't want to get married. I think we should just break it off. And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, you're going to be like, actually, I love you. Right. Prince Jordo, I feel flustered and lose my words, but Jordo simply smiles. I see. Well, we do still have some time. Hold on, what was that smile? There's something disquieting about Jordo's smile, and it sends a chill up my spine. Is Jordo really fine with me being his wife? Keith and Mother always say things like, Katerina's not fit to be a prince's consort. Wouldn't be surprised if Jordo had the same opinion, but... Actually, Jordo's never told me anything like that. Well, I am a duke's daughter, so maybe it's because of my title, but I'm sure it'll only be until Jordo finds true love. The Jordo and fortune lover is annoyed just by his fiancé's presence. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Fortune lover's annoyed by his fiancé's presence. Katerina. Right? But not this one. Does he seem annoyed? He's basically following you everywhere, trying to get you alone. Though the game's timeline has ended, I'm sure the real Jordo will ask to break off our engagement if he falls in love in the future. Yeah, he's in love with you already. She's so dumb. When that time comes, I'll certainly agree to end the engagement. Well, unlike in the game, he doesn't seem to have fallen in love with the heroine, Maria, so far. Speaking of Maria, I hope she's okay. She said she isn't used to attending parties, so I don't want to leave her by herself. Mary and Sophia are both there, so I think she'll be fine. But I guess we really should go back before the party ends. Prince Jordo, should we go back to everyone? I haven't finished eating, so... I stand up as I speak, and then... happens. Huh? I was just wondering, like, oh, chapter 3. Oh! Look, we get a Jordo title card! Woo! Oh my god, we made it into his route! You know, not because we were using a guide or anything. Ah, now we're Jordo. I, Jordo Stewart, lived a boring childhood. Apathetic, nothing interested me. I mastered everything with ease. I had no goals nor competition. See, this is why he turned sadistic and crazy, because he had no goals, no nothing going on in his life. The time simply drifted on in my dull world. Everything went so well as long as I wore my ostensible smile. Everything went well so long as, wow. No matter what I did, my boring days never changed. However, when I met Katerina, I became interested for the first time. The gray static of my world burst into color, and I discovered emotions I never knew. She brought them all to life. Here's the thing, she really looks like our age, like a normal age right now, maybe a few years younger, but they met when they were like 8. Like, Katerina Clays, my life has been so full of color ever since I met you. Just as Jordo and I stand to return to the party, the ship rocks violently. Huh? And as I'm about to fall, a hand reaches out to me. Katerina, are you alright? Thanking Jordo for catching me, I steady myself and glance out the window. Yes, I am, but what is that? I don't know, but something isn't right. I'll check on things. Please wait here, Katerina. What? Hold on, I should be the one to go. It'd be terrible if anything happened to Jordo, the third prince. I think that I should be the one to see what's happening, but Jordo keeps his grip on me. No, don't. I don't want you in danger. No, Prince Jordo, it's better if... How could I let you go out alone? Look, hide behind the bookshelf and... Jordo snaps to look at the open library door and his expression darkens. There's a commotion out there and something doesn't sound right. Something doesn't sound right? On second thought, you may be right. It may be more dangerous to leave you alone if we don't know what's happening. I understand now, so let's go together. But must not leave my side, okay? Alright. Jordo and I leave the library and start back to the party hall. Though we still don't know what made the ship jolt, we first want to meet back up with everyone. The ship isn't tilting. There doesn't seem to be a hole in the ship. Then as I thought, that shake was... Jordo mumbles seriously as he studies the interior of the ship. What are you about to say? I'm curious, but I know this isn't the time for idle chatter. We proceed carefully, attentive of our surroundings, and reach the party hall when Jordo stops suddenly in his tracks. Suddenly stops in his tracks. Either way. Katerina, stay back! Huh? What's... Shh! Let's be quiet. Jordo stops me from moving forward with his hand and glares down the hall. I peek around Jordo to look through the party hall's open door. Something dashes by like a shadow. Huh? What's that? Strain my eyes until I make out nobles screaming, running, trying to escape. Some dangerous-looking people are chasing them and... Huh? Was that a gun? The ship's been attacked by pirates. Pirates? They're pirates? I can't be sure, but it looks that way. At any rate, I think we should get out of here. Katerina, this way. Jordo takes my hand and we start running. I'm worried about our friends in the venue, but the word pirates occupies my thoughts. Pirates? Pirates? What is it? I think I've heard that somewhere recently. Pirates attack and sink the boat, huh? Actually, I kind of want to see that happen. Wait, that's it! In my dream! It's the fan book Atsu is reading! I remember the book outlined a rejected doom end for Katerina, and it was... I think it said a cut ending where the boat taking Katerina into exile is attacked and sunk by pirates. Yeah, but see, here's the difference. We're not on a boat into exile. A route where the ship's attacked and sunk by pirates. Then, is this that ending? It can't be, because we're not going into exile. Woo! Okay. Okay, in the anime they do this, and I love it because I just love the fact that every Katerina has a different personality, and it does say save file. Be sure to save before the votation, so voting. So I'm gonna actually save here. we're going to go all the way down here. Do we only have 10 tabs? We have 10. So I'm going to save... How many? I'm just going to see. We got 1, 2... We've only got 2 save files for Jordo, so we'll just straight up save in 1 and 2. Okay. Whoopsie, I scrolled up way too far. Okay. I scrolled up too far. But it's okay. Now let us begin this emergency strategy meeting. Hey, what the world's going on? Are you telling me that another Doom End, which was supposed to be cut, is actually starting now? Because we're fearless, Katarina. No way! Just when we were so relieved to have finished the game, we have to deal with another Doom End? It's the production staff, so... Is the production staff so mean that they'd play with our hope like this? I don't yet understand the entire situation, but if this is a sequel, we're in trouble. First, let's sort out the info we do have. We're currently in a timeline where the graduation ceremony has passed. Simply put, the main story should have ended. Comparing this to the game, we should have successfully reached the friendship end. Therefore, a Doom End should be impossible. Then none of this matters! It has nothing to do with Doom Flags! But getting attacked by pirates doesn't just happen. Ah! Don't tell me that Katarina's actually doomed in a friendship end! Everyone gets their happy ending, but Katarina's the only one doomed? No, I think it's possible that we ended up in a new doomed route since we avoided the Doom Flag in a way that wasn't in the game. Oh no! What should we do? We should give them a taste of their own medicine and beat them up! Can we really defeat them with Earth Bump? We don't have weapons on board, and we can't even use Earth Bump on a ship. It'll be fine. Jordo's here, so we'll be alright. If this is the sequel to Jordo's route, then Katarina may be doomed like in the game's main story. Do you mean we shouldn't be with Jordo? Perhaps it'll be safer to keep a distance from Jordo and stay with friends who have nothing to do with the Doom End. But there are pirates here, and I feel like this is leading us to another Doom End. I don't like it. Then why don't we stay with Sophia and Mary the whole time? We're all rival characters, so we can get along together. Well then... 1 vote to maintain distance from Jordo, 1 vote to stay... Oh. Okay, because the answer is 1 vote to stay with Sophia and Mary, but it was concerning me when they were talking, and they're like, maybe we should stay with Sophia and Mary and avoid Jordo, and I'm like, why would staying with Sophia and Mary be the right thing to do in Jordo's route? You know what I mean? But I get it, because the other was maintain distance from him. We don't want to maintain distance. We're going to stay with Sophia and Mary, but I think that's weird the way they choose to word this, because staying with, you'd think, I want to stay with Jordo would be good. Going with anybody else would be bad. But in this, it's distance yourself from Jordo, really bad for him. Stay with Sophia and Mary, apparently good for Jordo. You know? But anyway, it is 1 vote to stay with Sophia and Mary. Are we all in favor of sticking with the other rival characters? Aye! I kind of love that. I get to do different voices. I do different voices all the time, but I just like the fact that in her head, it's like, I am doing a man voice. I don't wanna. We're having a great time. And it's literally her just with different fucking personality voices. Love it. Now I really should join the others as soon as possible. Huh. But isn't it the party hall that's being raided by the pirates? Then that means everyone may be getting attacked right now. We need to save them! I panic as Jordo and I run, hand in hand. It's Jordo, I think we should head back to the party venue. Katarina, get down! Huh? Suddenly, Jordo pushes me down, and in that moment I hear a gunshot. Huh? Was that a gun? I hear something shatter and break out in a cold sweat. Then I hear footsteps approaching us. You think it's Silva?
Hey, I've been looking for you, Your Highness.
They found us. What? Huh? It is. Silva was the horror voice, right? I just gotta try to remember. I look up quickly and see a guy who's seemingly a pirate pointing a pistol at us.
Well, don't move. This gun's no toy. The vase, that was a threat. I was aiming for it, you know. It's not like I missed.
I feel like he missed. Did it on purpose? He really was aiming for the vase. He must be very skilled. Knowing that he could have easily shot us makes me shiver.
I've been searching for you two, Prince and Duchess. We're on a ship. You know you can't escape, right?
Pirate smirks villainously. And so we're captured by the pirates. Woohoo! I mean, am I supposed to be mad about being captured by a hot pirate? But we're going to wrap this part up here. And we'll continue next time. So, I will see you next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.